What we have here is the graph shows relationship between the hours Harry worked during what's that chores around the house and the money he earned as a result. Use the graph to find the following. Estimate the amount of that Harry will get paid for doing chores for 2.5 hours. So 2.5 hours, anybody? €10? Okay, so €10. Keyword, use the graph. So €10. How many hours will Harry have to work to earn €16? €16 will be, that's 17 and a half. So 16 around there, would you say? Maybe a bit lower even. I don't know, what do you guys get? Just over 4 hours? 4 hours? 4 hours, okay. Round it down to 4 hours. Now, form an equation which represents the relationship between how much Harry earns and the number of hours he works. Okay, we're going to use y equals mx plus c. Now, using y equals mx plus c, guys, what is the c value? Can anybody tell me the c value? The c value for this question is 0, because it intercepts the y-axis at 0. But what I'm trying to also explain here is that if I drew this line here, the c value would be 20, wouldn't it? If I drew this line here, c value would be 10. So perfect. So if it's where across the y-axis, we can see across the y-axis at 0. So that means the c value is worth 0, which means we can just rub it out. Next we have to do is find out the slope. Now, is there any point that's directly on two lines? Like it sits directly on two lines. So if we were to zoom in, alright, you'd see that it's bang on the money, right on the money. 20 and 5. 20 and 5 is correct. Okay? So let's do the rise over run for that one. Okay? So we're going to get the slope by using rise over run. So to go from here and end here, you start at 0. How far do you go across? 5. So your run is 5. And then your rise. Anybody? How far do you rise? 20. What's 20 divided by 5? Huh? 20 divided by 5? 4. So your slope equals 4. So this is the line y equals 4x. Now what does the 4 stand for? If you worked 5 hours and you get paid €20, 5 hours equals €20. That's basically what this point represents. 520. I work 5 hours and get €20. How much euro do you get per hour? €5 is €20. How much is 1 hour? Okay, so our slope actually gave us how much money we get paid per hour. So that works, isn't it? So, okay, so y equals 4x. Okay, that's a good answer to that one. Now, form equation, done. Harry wants to upgrade his mobile phone. To do this, he needs €60. How many hours will he have to work to earn this amount? How much does he make per hour? 4. 60 divided by 4 gets us 15 hours to make that much money up. Is that right? Okay, we're moving on. Here's the ones you weren't too sure about. Now we started this one the other day, but we didn't quite finish it. 0 to 60. So 60 calories for every kilometer. 20. Now, use this graph, putting kilometers on the x-axis and calories on the y-axis. Okay. So, we have to go up as high as 360. Now, if I remember from the last day, I'm looking to get roughly 35 boxes, haven't I? Because I remember we wanted the graph to be pretty exact, so I'm just going to go as far down as here. I'm going to count all my boxes. So go up in fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. What's that? 35, isn't it? So I'm obviously just one short. So look, I have a quick way of fixing that. What I'll just do is this. You guys obviously have a bigger page than I have, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue for you guys. Just give me a second, Aaron. Just going to see if I can make this work here. 1 second. Should be in here, and it should go as far as there. There we go. Okay. Not exactly in sync, but you get the gist. There we go. That's good as I'm gonna get it. Okay. So 35 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 36 is the next one up. Okay, so it's not so bad. Let me show you what I mean there. And how many kilometers do we have? From 0 to 6. So we can afford to expend a lot of space on that being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now it's a straight line, guys. What did I tell you about straight lines? You only have to draw the first one and the last one, and then you can dot the rest of them. What does 6 360 mean? And in the context of this question, it means for 6 kilometers of walking, you're going to use 360 calories. So let's put it in 50, 100, 200, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, and then the one above it is 360. Now the first point is 0, 0. The last point 6, 360. So around there, isn't it? I'll just draw a line directly down, make sure I got it. I do. Have it. Perfect. Okay, draw your line. There you go. Now what you have to do with the rest of them. You can do this really quickly now. Just go straight up. Everybody happy enough with that? Okay. Done. Use your graph, keyword, use your graph to estimate how far a person will need to walk in order to burn 210 calories. 210 calories, guys? Where's 210? And straight down. About 3.6. It's 3 2/3, which is about 3.6 or 3.7. You have an error. You can go like 0.1 either direction or 0.2 either direction. There's a margin of error. For instance, you could say 3.6, I could say 3.7, and we both leave with full marks. Is that right? 3.7 kilometers. Okay, what about the next one? Find the equation which represents the relationship between kilometers walked and calories burnt. So how do we do this again? This point here, 0, 0. Okay. Now, we used 2 points to make this, didn't we? We used the point 0, 0, and we also used the point 6, 360. This means that we go 6 across and 360 upwards. So what's the rise and run then? Rise over run. What's the rise? What's the run? So the slope is 60. Does a slope of 60 make sense? For every kilometer you travel, it takes 60 extra calories to travel that distance. That's what the slope means. For every 60 calories you use, you get 1 kilometer extra. So that's what it means. Same thing as 360 calories burnt in 6 kilometers. What does that mean when you divide 360 divided by 6? It means 1 kilometer will burn 60 calories. So the y-intercept is the c value. C value is 0. So y equals mx plus c. Y equals 60x and no c value. Alright. Now, how far would Neve need to walk in order to burn 450 calories? Now, it doesn't say use the graph. So, 1 kilometer equals 60 calories. Are we going to burn more calories or less calories for? Are we going to do more than 1 kilometer for 450 calories? Anybody suggest a way how to do that? No, the opposite. 450 divided by tells us how many kilometers we need to get up that high. So what's 450 divided by 60? So guys, when you divide this in, you're going to get 7.5 kilometers. Okay, 7.5 kilometers. Yes. Graph this data. On average, Joe's car can travel 12 kilometers on 1 litre of petrol. Use this information to complete the following table. 12 kilometers on 1 litre of petrol. Yeah? What does that mean about 1 litre is equal to 12 kilometers. What does that mean about 5 litres? 5 litres? Anybody? More or less? 60 kilometers. So, 60 kilometers. And when you go from 5 to 10, that's another 5 kilometers, isn't it? And hence another 60. What's next? Another 60, another 60, another 60, another 60. Okay? So what happens next, guys? We gotta draw them out. Liters on the x-axis and kilometers on the y-axis. Okay, we have to go as far up as 400 this time, yeah, or 360 to 400. Now, what I'm going to do this time around is I'm going to count up. I'm going to count up how many I have again. I roughly have 30, don't I? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. What you know is about all the numbers. They're all going up in 60s, aren't they? So it's going to be easy enough to draw, isn't it? If I have 6 of them, it'll be easy enough to draw because I can just go up in 60s. So what happens if I tried this? Would that be easy to draw? Yeah, that would be easy to draw because they're all going up in 60s. So, reasonably simple. Okay, what about the x? What about the other axis? How many numbers do we need? 0 to 30. Going up in 5s. So, let's just do it like this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. That's nice and even, isn't it? So liters on the x-axis and kilometers or distance in kilometers and liters. Okay. So what's 2 points do we have to draw? 0, 0 and 3360. Now, where's 3360, guys? To do 3360, you can do something like this. Draw a line across like that. Draw a line up like that, and where they hit each other is 3360. Now link them together. There you go. Are we happy with that? Now, answer some questions. Use your graph. Estimate how far Joe could drive with 18 litres. Where's 18 litres located? 15 is there. 17.5 is halfway between 15 and 20. So 18 litres is just going to be a tiny bit above it. So tiny bit above it. So we go up and across. What would you say? So the problem is, see the way there's 5 blocks, yeah? 5 blocks is worth how many? 60. Which means 1 block is worth 60 divided by 5? 12. So it's basically just over 2 blocks over 180, isn't it? So it's going to be 180 plus 12 plus another 12. 204-ish. Yeah? So 204 kilometers. Around there. Joe needs to drive from Dublin to Waterford at a distance of 160 kilometers and back again. How many litres of petrol will he need in Tanger's car to make the return journey? He needs to double that. So what happens when you double this? When you double it, you're doing a 320 kilometer drive. So where's 320 kilometers, guys? I'm just after noticing one thing here. I'm after noticing that C360 actually only has a gap of 4 on it. So it actually should have been one bit further up like that. That offset our last value then as well. Our last value should have been around sorry, set closer to 17, yeah. Sorry. Which one was that again? Oh, 18 litres of petrol, sorry. So that stayed the same. So our last answer should have been it goes up higher. So our last answer should have been around just over 220. Oh yeah. Plus another 12, which would have got us 216 kilometers. Sorry about that, guys. We were a block short. Now, how many litres of petrol will he need in his tank of his car to make the return journey? So 320, guys. 320. That's 312. The next one is 324, isn't it? Because you go up 12 every time. So it's 300 plus 12 plus another 12 is 324. We want to start just beneath 324. So we're going to start just beneath the second block. So around here. And we're going to go across and down. Now what happens now? Hit it and go downwards. How many litres do you think? That'd be 26. That's 27 and a half. A high 26. Yeah, so about 26.7 or something like that. Say it's beneath 27 and a half, but it's closer to 27 and a half. So just say 27. Okay, 27. If a litre of petrol costs 100 and if a litre of petrol costs €1.52, how much will it cost Joe to make the journey? How many litres did we need for the journey? We needed 27 litres for the journey. So 27 multiplied by €1.52. What you get? Quickly, guys. €41.04. Okay, guys.